how to add an app. So I will show this video. I have a running instance here. Not running instance. I've locally cloned from GitHub, and on GitHub there's also described how you can set up your environment if you would like to add an app. And let's have a look what else. Oh yeah, I also have on GitHub documented every step that I do here. So you don't need to know anything about the core of Inseri. It's really, yeah, it's made to be for people who have web components and don't have much time to dive into Inseri and the core of it. So the first step of adding an app, how is it also described there? Change to the app directory, which we will also see in the architecture later during the next hour, and to generate a new component. So in the second tab, there is the Node.js that connects to MongoDB running, and I have a free terminal here. And now I have changed to this directory, App Engine Apps, and I use this Angular comment. NG stands for Angular, GC stands for Generate Component, and we're just doing our demo app. And this is automated by the Angular CLI, and we look now. Here you can see source app engine apps. You see all the audio player. You see all the apps encapsulated in this directory here. And now you scroll down, and you see our new demo app. The red just means it hasn't been added to Git yet, so it doesn't concern us so much. And it's 4 files, standard, Angular standard, and you see an empty TypeScript file. So this is the first step. Then, yeah, I describe it there too. Then, just one. So there's, in addition to the documentation in Git, I also always committed the code for each step. So if you click on here, on the commit hash, you can see there's also 4 files that have been added, just like before. A little bit more already, but yeah. So now, second step is to add, if you see here already, you see it in GitHub, you have to add this information, JSON information object, to a certain part of Inseri. This is just the name. The type is the same as the name, and here you see input name. This is the default data that should be generated each time a new app opens. It's also defined here on the right in the comments. To the Open Apps model. So, okay. So we do this now. I remember I always go to the page of component to find where I have to add it. Of course, I could have done this a little bit more elegant for today. It's the Open Apps model, like I also say there. And just 1 second. Yeah, now you see it's the Open Apps model. I can pause it. You can see in the, I just have to plug in my notebook, sorry. Okay, you see it in the top of the CLI over here, source app user action engine, maybe page Open Apps model. This is where all the information for the app resides. And now we add, like for our demo app, we add it here as well. So this, what I'm telling right now, can be really used by new programmers if they want to add an own app. So type our demo app, like we already defined before. And there is a little bit work to do there. Ah, yeah, you see here again, default input. We also want to have a default input, otherwise it's boring. So need to change the key there to the name of the app as well. And input name, we can just say now demo text. So this is the default input. Aha, this is the name of the input, demo text, and it's default that will be generated as this input. So hi, this is the default input text. Sorry, I just changed something, cosmetics there in the code. Okay. Aha, some other things I wanted to show. You see the initial width, which is 600 pixels for our demo app. And you can also say you would like to have it full screen. No, not full screen, but full width 100% and height one. You could also do that. And this material icon is the icon that's shown on the upper left corner. And this is all we can see here. And now, okay, we did this for machine reading it. The next step is to add something similar information to the app menu model. This is how should it be displayed when you click on the lighthouse. So this is some redundancy. We have to change this. This is again, the ID used to be the material icon. I need to take this out. And then the name of the app, some text, and then the color, the status, something like this. Show on home means if you're not logged in, should you see this app or not? And then the app group, which tab does it belong to? So we will do this now. We will edit. I have to go back to the page to find the right file, but in the video, you can see it in the video. App engine page. Ah, yeah, no, I'm going to the page and I'm looking for the menu model here. Aha, it's even in the same folder here. Okay. So this is the menu model. It just describes the menu, and you just add an entry of, this is an array of, as you see, of objects, and you just have to ID. This is, as I said, redundancy, and then the name you can fill in which name for our demo app we should do our demo app, and then some tags. For conference, and I do green. I mean, this has almost no functionality in the end, and I do yellow. Okay, I'm not really sure what I'm doing yet in this app. Okay, so description. I don't really know what I put there. I think in some other views of the menu, we used to have a description. Maybe we want to have it again, so we're keeping this information in there for now. Add group, not microservice. Shown home is false. And we see here application, visualize. So I just added to the group of visualization apps. Yeah, and okay, we have done this, and now what's the next step? The next step, add the selector, HTML selector of the app to this all app selectors component. So we're very close to having the own app already. It's here in the page folder. There's for every app this HTML selectors where you link the container of the app to the actual Angular component. So this is the selector, our demo app. You can see it also in the app folder itself. There's a selector here, our demo app. You can add it here. And then you can take this CSS out. And then we have the app type here, our demo app, so we need to assign it. This is linking the model to the selector. Yeah, there. And this is right here because we haven't defined any inputs yet in the code for the Angular component, but we have defined an input already in the Open Apps model. So our demo app will have one input. And now, of course, in the TypeScript code, we also need to have defined that we have one input. Okay. As you can see, there's only 5 minutes left, and then we have our own app. So it's really not so many steps you have to do. You have to do on changes here because the app should react every time the input changes of the app. Should do something. And we just log that something arrives here. We just log that the input changes. And okay, it's not really important that I did this, but it's okay. And now this is still red, but just because my code tool is slower here. Should not be red anymore. Because I have defined the input now in the TypeScript. And so it's compiling again now. And now we can already, yeah, it's reloading because the web development server for coding always reloads when you change something in code. And now it has been reloaded with all the changes. And I can log in to my account and create a new project. As we've already seen quite often. Okay, we have an empty page now. And you can open the menu here and go to the visualization tab. And sure enough, our demo app, great. It's already there in the menu. And so how long took this? Took like 10 minutes to get here to this point. So it's really fast to add an own app. Our demo app, I open it. And I see not what I expected. Where does this come from? I forgot to change one thing. The HTML template doesn't include the variable that change the input that changes. So I just include this. Works and has the content. Yeah, this. Sorry, you need to be a little patient. Okay, no. No, I did it. And do I add something here or not? I can't remember. Okay, so I only show this if the variable is if the input is not undefined. Okay, so let's see what it says now. The app that we have created. Our app works and has the content, hi, this is the default text. Perfect. So what happened here, it has generated, when we opened the app, it has generated this default text as the input of this app. Now, like we already saw before, we can go to input options and we can see, there's the demo text. Sorry. Here, there's the demo text like we defined in the model. And there we took it, realizes it had one input. We click on it and we change the current data. And here is the in MongoDB of Ansari saved with default text. And now, of course, we can change it to what we want. Okay, we saved it and we reloaded it. It's one enhancement we have to do that we don't need to reload it. Just takes a couple of minutes, but we haven't done it yet. So now we see, yeah, it has changed the content. Okay, so it was really, really easy to add this app. And this is, if you, for instance, Stephen White asked, what if I want to change data in my own database directly through Ansari, you could generate such an app just like we did now, and then just add the buttons and routes that point directly to your database. You could make the IP address of your database even an input if you'd like to, if you would like to switch instances. Could be very generic app to change database content. So it would require effort to add this app, but if you add it in Ansari, it's automatically reusable again by everybody. And so yeah, so it worked. So this is the end. Okay. Then yeah, one other thing I wanted to show now. We just add the equalities query again. Just because we've seen it already and we know it already. Okay, it works. And we add it to our page and we link something to our new app, and it just works automatically. You don't have to add anything to your code so that this data flow, it's like it's already working. So now our demo app, yeah, is done and can be used and combined with the other apps. So this is the first, yeah, this is, I hope this video will also be very helpful to other people and parties who would like to add apps and reuse other ones.